Hello! Hi, my darlings. My name is Tia Monet. If we haven't met, we should definitely become friends though. Anyway, thank you for tuning in to Talk with Tia. Today on this episode, we're going to do a segment that's called, drumroll please, Are you, yes you, are you smarter than a pageant queen? You might think, well, I don't know, maybe, I don't know. You should just tune in to this episode, and then hopefully after that, you'll want to be part of the episode as well. Basically what it is, it's giving people who aren't involved in pageants an inside scoop, maybe a deeper look into what it takes to be a pageant queen, because I think that people don't give us as much credit as we deserve. I think that they see the national competitions on TV, on YouTube, and they see some of the blunders that people have made, but when you're really under all that pressure, it's a different story. Now, of course, I'm not about to bring you out into a crowd of 1,000 or thousands of people to answer a question, but what we will do is we will take maybe 10 minutes and we're going to walk our chosen candidate through a 10-minute private interview of what it would typically look like in a pageant setting. Now, if you don't know me, I am Tia Monet. I am currently Miss Commonwealth, candidate for Miss Virginia in the Miss America organization. But I have judging and MC hosting experience with all types of pageant systems, so I've gotten a good look into the types of questions that are asked, the type of candidate that a typical winner looks like, and a lot of do's and don'ts, but a lot of questions that a typical pageant experience might entail. Now, we all know that a pageant contestant or candidate must be in the news, must be up to date with current events. And then they're not just, nowadays, it's 2021, almost 2022. We're not looking for a candidate who is just straddling the fence with issues, right? We don't want someone who's just like, well, I understand that this side thinks this and this side thinks this, so I'm in the middle. No, we really want someone who can firmly take a stance on an issue and back it up the best way that they see fit. I don't want to give too much insight into it because I really want to see how you do, but it's going to be really fun. Some of the questions are going to be silly, some are going to be serious, some are going to be in the middle, some are going to be random. It's meant to catch you off guard, and it's kind of meant to rattle your boots a little bit because, like I said, not enough credit is given to us ladies and probably some gents who do these competitions who really have to think on their feet and prove that they're worthy of this title. So, if you are smarter than a pageant queen, or you think you are, I would love for you to reach out to me and I will have you as part of the show next. Alright? Stay tuned. While we are waiting for our first guest, I wanted to give you a little bit of background on Are You Smarter Than a Pageant Queen? Firstly, if you were born, well, at least in 1998, you've heard of that game, Are You Smarter Than a 5th Grader? I used to love that show, especially when I made it to 5th grade. Loved it. And I thought it was really cool because what was the outcome? A lot of people were. The questions that they were asked, realizing, wow, 5th graders really have to learn this stuff, and you're like 40, 50. You look back and you're like, wow, I can't believe they had to learn all that. That's crazy, it's hard. Geography, wow. But I wanted to give a lot of insight because now that this is technically my second year in the Miss America organization, even though I'm going on my third because we had a COVID year, I've been asked so many questions just from people who want to support me, but they don't know much about pageants or competitions. As the Miss America organization, it is a competition now, not technically a pageant. But like I said, I am involved in the pageant circuit, so I will use those words interchangeably. But long story short, a lot of people just want to know more about pageants. They don't know a lot about them. And from hanging out with people who are just in that world, when I'm talking about it to people who aren't, I'm using all the terminology and they're like, wait, prelim? What is this? Wait, it's a whole week? They're like, wait, what's going on? All these terms that I've never heard of, but they want to know, they're curious. So I am going to have episodes where I just kind of break everything down from the beginning about what everything means, because it's really fun and it's really not that hard, but just not being in it, it does all probably sound like gibberish at some point. Anywho, I was emceeing a pageant a couple weeks ago, and sometimes with any show or production, things just don't always go as planned. Sometimes with the agenda, you might not factor in that the contestants might need more time to change between categories, or that the judges might take a little bit more time to determine their scores. And you don't want the audience to know, but there is kind of a lag or a lull, and you don't want that to show up in the show. It is a show, right? It's meant to entertain. So, as a good MC would do, we try and fill in that space with either a game or just something fun to talk about. And off the top of my mind, that was when it came to me. Are you smarter than a pageant queen? Because sitting in the audience really aren't a lot of pageant people. There are some who are just curious and want to support, but mainly it's supporters, parents, moms, dads, sisters, brothers, cousins, godparents, and friends, and everyone who else I didn't mention. But those are the people who have no idea what it really takes to be in a pageant, but they just see what they see on stage, and then, if their supported loved one does not win, then it's rigged, right? Well, I've been there too. But I figured, well, since these people aren't just going to get up and leave if the show sucks, they would be more willing to play this game with me. And it was true. They didn't want to get bored. They didn't want to get restless waiting for the next part of the show. So I got a lot of participants, and I just asked people all sorts of questions that a pageant queen might be expected to answer. And the thing is, some of these questions are so out there that it's not always about the answer. Sometimes it's about the answer beneath the answer. Sometimes it's just about how you're going to respond under pressure. So I think it's fun seeing people kind of squirm, or how people think on their feet. Some people have it, some people have to work on it. I think it's something that can be cultivated. But like I said, that is a skill, that is a muscle, and that's something that a lot of people don't think it would really be a factor in pageants or competitions, but it really is. Especially because Miss America, she does press conferences all the time. Someone might ask her a question that is meant to shake her, that's meant to kind of rattle her and get her off course and a little off balance. And it's all about how she can calmly as a cucumber answer those questions. It's not always about the question. Sometimes it's about underneath that. What are you really saying? What are you saying about yourself? What are you saying about the organization? What are you saying about you? So, I am not going to say too much about our first candidate today, because she did not send in her paperwork on time. I'm kidding. It's a pageant joke, but we're going to treat her like she did not send in her paperwork on time, because for all intents and purposes, she didn't. But hopefully she'll be joining us very soon, and she's running a little bit late to her own interview, so already I'm wondering if she's our best title holder to choose right now. I'm not sure. Hopefully she joins us. Stay tuned. Also, as a good judge would, I scoured the news for some current events, and I get these great little mailers, especially because it's the holidays, so they all want my money, but these are really good sources of statistics. There's this one that just gives me information about the different religions in Africa, because some of them are under attack. Well, the Christians in Central Africa are under attack because there's an Israeli group called the Salika. Oh gosh, I sound so American trying to pronounce this, gosh. They are called the Salika. I'm gonna call them the Salika. They are an Islamic group, militant Islamic rebels more so, and they're attacking Christians who are against the Salika, but they're actually called anti-Balaka. I tore that down, but I'm gonna ask her about it. I hope she knows. And then I also got this one from the Southeast Food Bank. and they gave me some statistics about hungry kids in Virginia. So I hope she's ready. Okay, she says she's logging in, so we'll see what happens here. Hopefully she doesn't take 5 ever, but... Would you mind introducing yourself? Maybe telling us your name, how you would want us to address you, and where you're from, and something that matters a lot to you, your social impact, one cause, one platform for you.
Yes, my name is Lena Flores, and uh, I'm from New York, but I live in Virginia. One thing that really matters to me now is mental health issues.
And what specifically involving mental health issues? And specifically, what part of New York are you representing today?
Oh, I'm representing Harlem, New York.
All right. Thank you, Ms. Flores.
You're welcome.
And what specific asset of mental health are you focused on?
Just basic, um, just the stress of life, the stressors of life, and how to maybe help, uh, help combat uh, just going over the deep end, I should say, or I shouldn't say, but just a little help to with stressors. Um, with especially with young women, the stressors that they go through every day. Just like to help a little bit in helping them, you know, um, see that, life really isn't that bad. And uh, after the stress is gone, you'll be okay.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Miss Harlem. Now, I do want to let you know, I thank you once again for joining us. Now,
Yeah.
this interview, it will be 9 minutes and 30 seconds. And then with the last 30 seconds, we will then ask you if you would like to either make a 30-second closing statement or if you would like to continue answering the last question that I give you. So,
Okay.
with that, we will begin. All right, Miss Harlem, what is your favorite color?
My favorite color is black.
What did you do last night?
What did I do last night? Let's see. I hung out with my baby girl and we watched um, nice shows on television.
Nice shows. Nice shows like what?
Like dramatic shows like The Oval. And sometimes we like watching drama, sometimes we like watching cartoons and just nice shows that don't uh, cause anyone to have stress, like, blood and gore. We just try to keep it on the mellow.
Oh yeah, the Oval. I'm familiar, Miss Flores. I would highly not say that that's mellow, but would so are you saying that as a title holder representing a state or even a country, you're an advocate for drama in a negative sense?
No, never, never. I would like to um, say that I would like to represent on a more positive um, sense of life and not so dramatic, but you know, just okay TV, just not blood and gore.
Now, if there were a Netflix series about you, what would the theme be?
The theme would be, "Girl, you got this." That would be the theme.
Okay. After family members and pets, what's the first item you'd save from a house fire?
Excuse me, could you please repeat the question?
After family members and pets, what's the first item you'd save from a house fire?
The first item,
Mm-hmm.
um, my Bible,
And why is that?
because my Bible is what's going to get me through after saving the pets and the family and the pets and stuff. The Bible and prayer is going to get me through to the next phase of what I'm supposed to do in life, so that I can make sure that I get, you know, can gain housing and, food and, shelter, money and stuff for my family.
Now, what do you think about Virginia Governor Ralph Northam removing the Robert E. Lee pedestal in Richmond?
I think that it's been a long time coming. Um, and he's doing the right thing for that pedestal. And I'm very happy that it is being removed, because I don't think it represents Virginia. Robert E. Lee does not represent Virginia, um, nor does he represent the melting pot of what Virginia is.
So, what does represent Virginia?
I think just living in multi diverse communities, being able to get along, with each other, um, being kind, and just keeping the economy up. I just you know I just believe that after living here for at least, geez, almost 30 years, I have felt safe, and I've never questioned anything as far as my safety or how I feel as a Virginia resident.
Now, as a pageant queen, as a title holder, what would you tell a Central African refugee? What would you tell them as they're being persecuted by Islamic terrorists for being Christians? What would you tell them?
Okay, that's a tough question, because uh, as being a citizen, and as them not being a citizen of the U.S., is certain standards that we have as far as Christianity, where we're free to be Christians here, whereas over there they're not. Unfortunately, I would just tell them, just, I will keep praying for them, and and they should continue to pray, for each other there. But um, as far as a lot of those evil forces, you just have to pray and hope that the good outweighs the bad.
What are you doing to combat childhood obesity?
Um, I'm trying to. I mean, I believe that I'm trying to do the best. This obesity, you know, thing uh, is really hard to conquer. So I think what has to happen is knowledge first, and uh, the person has to try to, every day is just a fight uh, with obesity. And I think it's a lot of knowledge to be gained, that, as well as, you know, the basic functions of eating better, um, and trying to stay away from junk food, which I sometimes have issues with as well. But I think to eradicate it is not to punish the child by taking away an ice cream cone or a lollipop. I think, you know, just work with the child and make the child aware that there is a better way to eat, and there's also, and you can also have good stuff, you know, uh, even if it's not the actual stuff. You can make good stuff or better, better stuff for them to eat. For a child, I think it's fairly easy because I think as parents, the parents normally pack the child's lunch, in school, for school. So, and it's the parent that normally makes all of the meals. So, um, if the child is obese, that you just allow your child to just overeat. And 9 times out of 10, the parent overeats as well.
What sets you apart from other title holders in this competition?
What sets me apart is that I am very, um, I'm, I am easygoing. I am smart. Uh, I have compassion. I have love for people and children, and I believe that that sets me apart from most title holders.
You don't think that your other competitors are kind and tender-hearted toward children as well?
Oh, they may be, but I just feel like I have a special knack for kids. Like, not everyone can love children. You might say you like them, but or whatever, but it takes a special personality for kids to be drawn to you.
Is texting while driving a state issue or a federal issue?
It is a federal issue.
Should it be?
Excuse me?
Should it be?
Yes, it should be a federal issue, a state issue, a county issue. It should be everyone's issue because texting right while driving kills people all across the board, not just in one state.
Who would you rather tutor? A school nerd, a class clown, or a jock?
I would rather tutor someone who is not going to waste my time. Meaning, um,
Oh, that's okay. Well, that's our timer. So you, Miss Flores, Miss Harlem, you can either you can continue answering that question, or you can give us a closing statement to talk about your platform and why it matters to you.
okay, as far as my platform, I truly believe that all women, you know, after the age of, I say, puberty, they tend to, have different thoughts and different things going through their mind, peer pressure. It depends on what's going on in your household. You can basically, you can tell when a girl is depressed or upset about something.
Yep. Miss Flores, it has
Yes, sir.
been 30 seconds,
Oh,
and I thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your time. Have a nice day.
thank you. Bye.
Okay, so what did you think about that?
That was crazy. I see why I wasn't a pageant queen. On one spectrum, I would have been like just talking my butt off, and then on the other spectrum, some of that stuff, I just really feel like sometimes you have to put on the fluff just to see, because you don't know what the other people are thinking, so you got to put on the fluff a lot.
Yeah, definitely. Was that harder than you thought it would be?
Yeah, it was.
Was it nerve-wracking?
Yeah, it was.
Well, that's great. I'm glad. That is a typical interview.
Yeah, it sucks because I think I'm sorry, it sucks because they expect you to ask questions, like what would you tell a Christian that's being killed in South wherever Central South Africa? Like, are you kidding me? What am I supposed to tell this person? Like I can't tell them Jack. That's what I really want to say, but it was like, you have to be politically correct. Golly, they want you to answer those kind of questions. It's not right.
Well, that is so funny. Well, thank you so much, Lena, for being a candidate on our show. Unfortunately, you did not win the title of Miss
Oh,
New York.
darn. Darn. And then you got to be phony fake with that, too. You got to sit there, smile, and clap. I don't see it. I couldn't do it. Okay, because my emotions are written all over my face, like somebody said. When you give somebody a gift for Christmas and they don't like it, you can see it on their face. Well, most people try to play it off. You're going to see it all. You're going to see your answer written all over my face. I don't have to say anything.
Oh my, you're hilarious. That brought a tear to my eye. That was really funny. But thank you so much for joining us today. I'm so glad that you are inaugural pageant. Are you smarter than a pageant queen? Do you think that you are smarter than a pageant queen?
Yes, I do.
No, you're not. Why did you answer that so confidently?
I know, right?
The answer is no.
Yeah.
The answer is no, but
Yeah.
thank you again, Lena, for joining us. And remember, all my darlings out there listening, if you think that you are smarter than a pageant queen, let me know, let us know, and we'll get you on the show next. All right, talk
Is
to you
all of
later.
this recorded? All of it? Oh my God. Oh my God.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye now.
Alrighty, well, how do you think that went? Do you really think she was smarter than a pageant queen? Was she worthy of that title? I just don't think so. Tina, what do you think? And look at Tina and her really cute cheetah. She hates being on camera. She is so camera shy. I don't know why, but she knows like when she's on camera and she's not digging it at all, right, T? Right? No, yeah, she's not feeling it, my poor baby. But one tip that I will give you for this episode. Now, she answered the questions well. There was mainly a lot of good content in her answers, even though she did tend to go on and on and on just a little bit, which is fine. Progress, not perfection. The one thing I will tell you, to cut down on time so we can ask even more questions and get to know her even more, is to not repeat the question asked. So if I say, what's your favorite color? Don't say, my favorite color is purple. I love purple. Purple. It's royalty. It's regal. It's lights up a room. Whatever your reasoning is for liking the color, use that time to tell us that, and don't say, well, my favorite color is, because that's already 3 seconds. And even if you don't have anything else to say, I love purple. On to the next question. All right, so the time is money in anywhere you go, right? All over the world, time is money. In that interview room, a coach once told me, time, every minute is like $10,000. So how are you gonna use that minute? It's all golden. So take advantage of your time, be direct. Once again, if you think you're smarter than a pageant queen, look, she said it was fun. We're not gonna kill you here, and we definitely won't bite. Even though we're meant to make you feel like we might bite you. If you wanna join next, let me know, comment below, reach out to me on Instagram. Link to my Instagram is in the bio, or the description, whatever. Reach out to me and let me know if you want to be in the episode. We would love to have you. Bye-bye. And remember, in Tia's world, we never settle. So whatever you have going on, don't settle for less. Talk to you later.